Hi, welcome to another creative vlog, first one of the new year. Hope you all had a lovely Christmas, holidays, maybe celebrate, and New Year. Before I dive in and get on with what I'm doing for the week, I thought I would just sit here and chat about some of the thoughts about the new year for business, YouTube, life and stuff. Just share some thoughts I've been thinking about over the last sort of couple of weeks about business and life and stuff. So let's go business first. Business-wise, I'm thinking about where I want my jewellery to go, my business to go, and so last year I did one collection, the Shimmery Seas collection with the blues and the sparkles, and that worked well doing one collection, because previous years I'd done like 2 to 4 collections a year, and I think that was just too many. So that was my view going into this year, just doing one collection. But as I've sat down and started designing, I've realised I really want to concentrate more on the silver element of my work. I really want to keep pushing forward with silversmithing, trying new skills, expanding my collection in the silver areas. I still like working with polymer clay, still want to do polymer clay, but like maybe fade that out over the next few years, and I think this collection could be the first of that, shifting from it being mostly polymer clay with a hint of silver to mostly silver to a hint of polymer clay. With that in mind, I was thinking it's going to take me longer. I want to take a lot of time to really like make the pieces special, and the price of silver has just skyrocketed, so I'm trying to buy my time with the price of silver and make sure I don't waste any silver. So in the meantime, I'm going to do a miniature collection, which is going to be mostly polymer clay with a hint of silver, and a very, very limited run, with some pieces of polymer clay that I baked for a previous collection and never ended up using because it didn't work with the theme of the collection. But I don't throw polymer clay away that I've baked. It doesn't work for that collection. It all looks... I really like how the colours are and the marbling effect is. It just didn't work for that collection. I've been wanting to use those pieces, so I'm going to do like a very heavily polymer clay with a hint of silver, simple designs, and sort of like a mini limited run collection just to tide me over until this bigger launch of more silver pieces. So that's kind of the plan for this year, to the jewellery making and stuff. Other business-wise, my shops are going well, and I'd like to cultivate those, make sure I'm sending the right kind of pieces to the right shops. Possibly might leave a couple of them, see if the sales don't pick up, but over Christmas most of them did well, and I'm happy with how those are going. I'd like to improve my website this year. My website sales basically 0 most months, a couple maybe in December or November, but so that's something I really want to work on this year, is trying to improve my SEO, get people to my website instead of relying completely on the shops. Don't get me wrong, that's great. I like having the shops and people being able to shop in person without me being there or around the country, but yeah, I'd like to just build up my website a little bit, so that's kind of an aim for this year, business-wise. As for YouTube, I'd like to keep doing this. This was a big thing for me last year. I've always loved watching vlogs, studio vlogs, life vlogs, and I've always fancied trying it for years and years, and just my shyness was holding me back, and it's such a big achievement for me last year just to go, fuck it, I'm gonna get a camera out, I'm gonna record myself, and I want to build on that confidence and try and be a bit more animated, a bit more lively, so they're more interesting to watch, as well as do more voiceover and like saying exactly what I'm doing as I'm working to make them more interested and rely less on speeded up musical portions. I mean, that's always going to be a bit of an element, because sometimes I'm doing something repetitive, you don't want to see that all dragged out, but a bit more of a balance between the two. I am really enjoying doing them, and hopefully you carry on and join me on this YouTube journey. It's very different for me, but one of the prouder things I did last year was starting this YouTube channel and doing these vlogs, so yes, definitely carry on with those. Life-wise, when I'm not making jewellery and doing business stuff, I love being creative. As you've seen over this past few videos, and I want to keep showing that, whether it's baking, sewing, drawing, whatever it may be. I want to take you on that creative journey, because it's good to have, at least for me, creative hobbies that aren't monetized. As much as I love making jewellery and it's like a dream job, it's nice to have a hobby that's creative and gets my creative juices flowing, and an outlet that doesn't rely on income. And I like to show that side of it as well, that it's not all monetized. I just do stuff for fun, and love being creative. I love showing that. So yeah, that's kind of what I've been thinking about. Just nothing groundbreaking, but kind of that's where I want the business to go and these vlogs to go. And hopefully you enjoy watching and follow along for another year of being creative. So for this week I am doing restocks again. As I said, the silver price has gone up, so I don't want to buy any more silver clay or silver sheets or findings at the minute, but I have some stuff that I've already cut out and never fired, and some polymer clay pieces that I've cut out and baked but never been used. So I've just gathered up the ones that have enough of each to create the pieces that restocked, and that's what I'm going to be restocking. That's what I'm going to be doing, restocks this week. And then next week I'm going to crack on with that mini collection that I said about, that hopefully won't take me very long to do, and that's basically it. In a second I'll show you the tray of restocks I'm going to work on for this week. Whether I get them all done this week or not, I'm not sure, but see how we get on, and it should be a fun week of making jewellery. I've also got some more admin things to do, spreadsheets and email marketing, so maybe I'll show you a bit of that as well. But that's basically it. Join me this week for jewellery making. Okay, so these are the pieces I'm working on this week, mostly restocks. These and these are leftover from I was making a custom piece, which I seen in the last vlog. I made a few extra ones and different samples, so I'm making those into a new set of earrings and necklaces. These are restocks, these are restocks, and so are these two. This is meant to be part of a earring set, but I had one spare and the rest are gone, so I'm going to make this into a one-off necklace just so it's not wasted. Restocking these with the silver clay, so they need to be sanded and fired. Same with these, I have pieces left from making them to make 3 more necklaces and 1 more pair of earrings, and then restocking a earring and a necklace here. And these aren't mine. These are Mum bought these pair of, I think, from Next, and they're sterling silver and everything, but with a necklace, and she really likes the necklace and she likes the drop, this little gem here, but she doesn't like these sort of huggy style hoops, so I said I'd adapt them for her so she can wear them, and I'll use a hoop for something else. But so that's another thing I'm going to do this week. So whether I get it all done this week or not, I don't know, but it's what I'll be working on for the next week or two. So yeah, should be a good fun week of making. So the first thing I'm doing is coating them with the gloss that I like to use. These two have already been glossed, but I might just give them one more coat because I think I started making them and I didn't, so I glossed them and then I stopped halfway, so they just need one more coat. These haven't been glossed at all, so I'm going to do 4 coats and see what it's like, maybe do a 5th, but 4 is usually okay. So that's what I'm doing first. While the gloss dries, I'm going to work on the wire element of the earrings. I have 1 left for the necklace, so I had an extra one for the necklace, that's already done, but for earrings I need to make another one a little bit smaller for the earrings. So that's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to cut the wires the right length using my wire cutters. I'm going to use this new tool that I got for Christmas, which I'm excited about, to make the first loop. And then I'm going to use my wire jig to create the pattern to manipulate the wire around. It was about a year ago that I did this, so on my iPad I took a picture and drew how I did it, so because I knew I'd forget and I wanted to recreate it, so I've got that open on my iPad so I remember exactly the pattern. So that's what I'm doing now. So I've glossed the pieces and I've made some of them up, some of them are still drying, and I have done the resin for some of the pieces as well. So the next thing to do before I assemble the pieces with the resin is silver clay. So once again I'm sanding through the sandpapers and I'm using a paintbrush to smooth it out for all the pieces. Oopsie. All the pieces. So that's what I'm doing next, sanding, smoothing out before I fire them, and then it's time to tumble before I assemble. so the silver is fired, and the pieces that need to go in the tumbler are in the tumbler tumbling, so we'll be doing that for the next 45 minutes, an hour. While that's in the tumbler, I'm going to make this pair of earrings. So I've already done one a while ago, and I can't remember if I didn't make enough and therefore I had to just stop halfway through, and next time I made another one, complete it then, or I could have been a completed pair and I stole that bit for another piece that I maybe was in a rush for, but either way I'm finishing it now. So this piece that I just fired doesn't go in the tumbler. It has quite subtle embossing, floral embossing, which I don't think would tumble very well because you won't be getting into the nooks and crannies, and I like more of a matte finish with this rather than like a high shine. I have tumbled some embossed pieces, but the embossing is bigger and you can get into the polishing a bit easier, but with this I just use the wire brush and just shine it out like that on the front with the wire brush, and that's now shined up with silver. I'll probably do a bit more than that, and on the back I'm going to use the polishing pad to go through the grits or polishing pads just to give that a bit of a shine on the back. I'm just going to make the holes a bit bigger so the jump rings can go through, but yeah, and then I'm just going to complete that pair of earrings. I have glossed another set of these because I thought I should do 2 sets of these to see, because I liked how the first ones turned out, and the gloss is easier to do than the resin. So I'm going to turn these in. Okay, so my pieces have finished tumbling. So here are the stars. That circle's nice and shiny. As usual, I'm going to check that the tumbled okay. If there's any blemishes, I'll buff those out. But hopefully, I've done enough in the processes before that won't be very necessary or very little. And then it's assembling. I've got 3 necklaces to do. Those are 3 necklaces. This star pair of earrings, and then the circle earrings which match this necklace. So that's what I'm going to do, but before then I'm going to eat my chocolate coin from Christmas. now I've done some emails and social media, I thought I'd work on these earrings. I think I said at the beginning, these aren't my earrings, I haven't made them. My mum bought them to go with a necklace that she bought. She really loves the necklace, but she doesn't like these sort of huggy style hoops, so they don't really work for her. So I said I'd take them off the hoops and adapt them so she can wear them, and then I'll save the hoops and create something with them. Probably not for sale, but you know, just for fun. So they won't be wasted. But yeah, so I'm going to see how these are attached, how I can detach it without completely ruining them, and attach them to, I think she wants a hook. She prefers hooks to hoops and studs, so that's what I'm doing now. Adapting. So as you might have seen in the last clip, I did it with a chain and with 2 jump rings, and I just went on Discord with my mum and showed her both versions. She preferred the version with just the 2 jump rings, so yeah, so she doesn't like big long drops, so yeah, 2 little 4mm jump rings, so those cute little drops. I'll give those back to her when I see her next, probably tomorrow. And the hoops I have just saved, because they're still usable. I can still close that back up where I've cut it, and I'll use them probably just for myself. I won't sell them or anything. I'll just, when I have some free time and from some free extra silver, I'll make something for as a little drop for myself, but they're not being wasted or anything. So yeah, it's a nice little thing to project end the week with. Yeah. Hi, thank you for joining me on this creative vlog, first one of the year. It's been a productive week. I made all the restocks and did some social media and emails and stuff, and worked on changing out Mum's earrings. I also did that. I guess that was basically it. But it was a nice fun week to ease into the new year with, and next week it means now there's a restock, I can start work on my mini collection, which I mentioned earlier in the vlog. So all the polymer clay pieces are made and baked. I've been for a while ago, so it'll just be a case of sanding and assembling all the pieces that don't need silver, and then I don't know, see what happens with silver and the prices and stuff. But yeah, thank you for joining me. Hopefully see you next week for the next vlog. Bye guys, thank you.